your camera on the back. Today, we got something a little different. I want to start getting into reactions more. I know I've done some before, but I want to start getting back into reactions. But yeah, it's been a little minute and I'm back. I'm happy to see you guys. And I hope y'all happy to see me too. So we're just going to go ahead and get into this video. It was suggested, so we're just going to go ahead and get into it now. Alrighty. And let's do it.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Hall versus Richards.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Ms. Hall, you and your mother are
What's she
furious
looking
with the
for?
defendant because he denies your 1-month-old son, Damani, and does nothing to support him. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Richards, you believe that Ms. Hall is claiming you are the father because she wants to be with you. You say Ms. Hall was thirsty for love and she needs to go find her child's real dad. Is that correct?
thirsty.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Hall, you say Mr. Richards does nothing to support your son?
He does nothing. He denies our son, but basically he
And
have
who
nothing.
is she? Okay. This just sound like a Maury case. Well, I guess it's paternity court. This junk already sound like a Maury case. She talking about some he don't do nothing. He talking about some that ain't his baby, that she just want him. And who is this? Is this her mama? Because this ain't got nothing to do with you. Unless you taking care of the baby. But the point is, the judge asked your daughter. She didn't ask you. But we gonna keep going. Because I already know how this finna go. It's gonna end up, I don't know if they do in paternity court. I don't know if they do like blood tests and stuff. If it does, I don't know. I feel like that's low-key his baby. Because he ain't even all that for her to be chasing after him. But that's just me. And then Ma Duke, she heated. Like, she know this is this man baby. But we gonna see. Because apparently Ma Duke's gonna be doing all the talking today. Or the judge gonna put her straight. 1 to 2.
Nothing for her to be thirsty for. What she thirsty for? He ain't got nothing. She just made a mistake and messed with somebody and got a baby. And now we trying to see if my grandson, let him know that he's the dad.
Mr. Richards,
Yes, Your Honor.
you haven't done anything for the child at all.
No, ma'am.
Admittedly.
No, ma'am.
And that's because you sincerely doubt paternity?
Yes.
So why
He not
didn't you just
gonna
get
do nothing.
a
What's the
paternity
nature of
test
this
in the court?
relationship? Tell me, what was going on here? The baby's just 1 month old and everything fell apart already? What is going on?
Now,
Couple years
if they
back.
already had a paternity test and he was the dad, then they wouldn't even have to be in court right now unless he still decided not to do nothing. But they should have got a paternity test first to figure out whether or not this man was here before they wasted all their funds to get here. Y'all just wasted money. Y'all must got it.
He broke my heart.
Or she
Then
should.
he hit me up, and I decided to give him another chance.
You all were boyfriend and girlfriend a couple years ago, or you were just dating?
We're dating.
And so he breaks your heart,
Yes.
and you didn't see each other for a while.
Yeah.
And then somehow he comes back into the picture because if he's potentially the father of
He instant
Damani,
messaged her, hitting her up, talking about, hey, and it went from there.
so you reached
So
back
this is
out
the
to her,
mama.
Mr. Richards?
Yes, ma'am.
You did do that?
Yes.
So you admit that you were involved with her in 2013.
Yes, ma'am.
You broke up. She says you broke her heart. So why would you then
And
start
then
reaching
apologize
back
for
out
it.
to her?
To be honest, it wasn't just like I broke her.
Hold on. Let me get this turned on so ain't nobody messaging me, cause. Alright, let's go back a little piece. Alright.
In
13. Yes, ma'am.
You broke up. She says you broke her heart. So why would you then
And
start
then
reaching
apologize
back
for
out
it.
to her?
To be honest, it wasn't just like I broke her heart in 2013. We had an issue. It was like it broke both of our heart. I guess you could say that. So
He
this
broke that
time
girl
felt
heart.
like
He
maybe I
lied.
was wrong for the way I ended things last time. So I gave her
And did it
another
again.
chance.
So how did you reach out to her?
Instagram DM, told her hey, she replied, and it went from there.
So how is she thirsty if he hit her?
The thirst is going both ways, ma'am. I
But he
would
called
admit,
her thirsty, though.
I would admit I
How's
was
it
being
going both ways
thirsty
when he called her
also.
thirsty?
Okay, hold on. And what thirst? I don't understand this. What does thirst mean? Does thirst mean you? What does that mean?
Let me tell you, it's the fact that I knew I wasn't gonna have a long relationship with her, but when you feed somebody the lines that you know they want to hear, that's thirst to get what you want from them.
Oh.
But yet now it's a baby involved.
Now he admitted to being a pimp on national television. But he done slipped. If this is baby, you a pimp that slipped. You done tripped and fell, and now you stuck with a baby mama. And she out here sad, high and dry. They got the mama uptight. The mama tight about it. This ain't even her baby. Mama tight.
With your thirst.
And now I feel like she's being thirsty, trying to put the baby on me.
But you got nothing.
So,
I must got something. If
I
you
just
want
get it.
something,
So
that's why we're
thirst,
here.
wait. So thirst is manipulation.
Yeah.
So you
Women
were
would still
extra
want you even if you
thirsty
didn't-
A little
if you
bit.
don't have
because
nothing,
you
if they
reached
really
out
want
to her and was manipulating the situation to bring her back.
Oh.
What was the reason?
Well, the day I was leaving, I go to the bus. It was about 9, 10 o'clock. I found out the bus didn't come to where I was going until 3 o'clock that afternoon. So I called her.
He didn't
I
call
told
her
her I was
cheating.
coming back. She asked me where I was. I told her I was coming up the hill. So as I was walking up the hill, there's a guy coming out the gate. So who's the guy coming out the gate? Where is he coming from?
It's a guy that lives in the back.
It was a back house, too. It's a duplex, and it's a back house.
So there's a guy coming out the gate, and in your mind, you think he's coming from
cheating.
her place.
Not at that point in time, no.
Okay.
So I go in, and her mom pulled up to drop off some water or some soda or something. And when she went out there, I grabbed her phone and went through her phone.
Ooh.
And the text message is from someone saying that I'm outside. So when I go outside to get the water, I look across the street. It's the same dude I see coming out the gate. So I'm like, whoa. I didn't say anything. And I probably
So he
spent the
ain't
rest of
playing
that day on the couch
shit.
till the bus came. Bus came, I hopped on the bus. Soon as I got on the bus, officially on the bus, I sent the message, like, I seen the messages in your phone, but I seen the guy across the street, and that's where it ended. I told her to block my number.
Okay, so had you all made some type of commitment to one another? What would give you the right to take her phone, look in it, and then be angry if somebody was texting her?
Especially she can't go
It sounds like,
He
in a
was
little
looking
way.
for something.
Well, it sounds like you went there to play her, and then you got played, and then you
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
Or you could say I was looking for a reason not to talk to her anymore.
Yo. He went to play her. She played him, and now his feelings hurt. So then he gonna leave and claim that this ain't his baby. Well, he been saying that wasn't his baby, but.
So tell me, Miss Hall, at what point did you find out you were pregnant?
When I was 4 months,
So you found out you were pregnant. Did you immediately think it was Mr. Richards' child?
I knew, but I didn't want to tell him because how we broke up and how disrespectful he was to me.
So you just kept it to yourself?
Yeah, I didn't tell nobody until me and my mom sat down and she asked me because the conception date.
When she told me her due date, we discussed it, and I told her, even if it's gonna be a problem, tell him so he can't never say that he didn't know and that you never told him.
And so did you do that? Did you follow your mom's advice?
Yeah, I told him, and this is the result.
You reached out to him?
Yeah,
By phone, by text, how?
by Instagram.
By Instagram.
Because he had me blocked on everything.
And what was his response?
It's not his.
That's what you told her, Mr. Richards?
She told me that she was pregnant, and I was like, okay, and whose
Oh, so
is
baby
it?
came
And she said
after all
yours,
this.
and then I was like, so what happened to the other guy I seen? Like, what happened to the other guy I heard about?
So what happened to this other guy, Miss
They
Hall?
always.
It wasn't no other guy.
So you still...
This the court version of Maury, because they always gonna put the daddy face or who they think the daddy face is next to the baby face. They gonna do it every single time. Every time. No, whether it's in Maury or in court. They always put the faces together. It's like they have to for parental stuff.
Maintained that that was a guy that lived in the back house behind your house, and that wasn't another guy he saw leaving your house.
Yes.
And you're saying you weren't involved with anybody else during that time
Her face
except
killing
for
me.
Mr. Richards?
Yeah.
Sexually.
Did you get a date of conception for the doctor? I mean, look, it only takes one time, but he was just there for a week. So it would be easy to calculate in terms of a conception window.
Unless old dude was there the
whether
same
he was
day.
even in town then.
January 11th.
So, Mr. Richards, when did you go to visit Ms. Hall?
At the beginning of January, and I was gone by January 9th. I took pictures the day I was leaving, when I got on the bus.
But even if he said he was gone January 9th, doctors will tell you if you have sex, it can take up to 2 to 3 days for sperm and eggs to fertilize.
Right, so you still in the window.
Yeah.
You
Thank
know
you.
that, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. You're still in the window.
Mama know.
But what your question then is, who else is in the window?
Exactly. That's all I'm
I
here
mean,
to find
that's
out.
a legit question.
He says he saw other people texting you in the phone.
You
He had
wanna know,
only
too.
been there a week. You all had just rekindled it. You admitted yourself, Ms. Hall, I wasn't sure about him.
Are they
I don't
gonna
really
give
know.
him because you
Were you
asked?
involved
That's what
with
I wanna
anybody
see.
else during that time sexually?
No.
May I say something? You know, I asked her, like I said, when I left that day, I told her that I seen the messages and I told her I seen the dude. She said that there was no other guy. She told me from her own mouth that the guy was a guy that liked her and he only brings her things and her kids' things. They don't do anything else.
You testified earlier that this was some random man that lived in the house behind your house, and he was just leaving out of his house through the gate. So do we know him or we don't know him?
What's
Is he
he-
giving you gifts
What's
or is he
he-
not giving you gifts? What is this? So it's not a man that lived in the house. It was a man that was pursuing you.
Yeah, but he wasn't there that day.
Oh, you're saying the man he saw at
Like,
the gate is
the
not
day
the man that was
after-
pursuing you?
Like the day after my birthday, the man before he ever came around.
The mama like, girl, watch what
he
you saying.
He used to text me, he used to bring stuff for my kids, and that was it. He told me he wanted to show me how
Hold
a
on,
man
hold on.
supposed.
Them junks still coming through. Them junks still coming through. Ah! I got freedom. I got freedom to be able to come through on all these junks. Hold on. I don't know which one she not on.
to treat a woman, but never touched me, never nothing.
So you're saying you were never intimate with him, though?
Never.
So the messages that he saw, that Mr. Richards saw on your phone, were from that man?
Yeah.
But the man that was leaving out the gate is not that man, or was it that man?
It wasn't.
So, Mr. Richards, is it your testimony that Ms. Hall told you that the man leaving out of the gate is the man that was bringing her the gifts?
No,
or it was the one on the phone?
She told me that the man that I seen standing outside, that when I went out there to get the water, that said
They
he
got
was
the- they got
outside
the
in her
message.
phone.
I
keep
She
all my
said that
messages.
man was the man.
Because he sent the text, I'm outside.
I'm outside. That's the man that brings gifts.
Was he outside, Ms. Hall? Was that him? Was he outside at that
Somebody
time?
capping.
No.
How do I know about this man?
So how did, right. I don't
He
know.
was there a couple of days. So how do he know it was on that exact day? He was so mad and he laughed and all this and that.
Oh,
The
you're
story.
saying he doesn't even know if that text I'm outside came through on that particular day or if he was
Exactly.
reading a previous text from another day when he was outside because he was bringing you
I
things.
don't think he did.
Yeah.
no.
Exactly.
So, Mr. Richards, were you sure of the date?
Ma'am, that's the reason I grabbed the phone. Because it went off and it was that message saying I'm outside.
Gotcha.
But he told you he was looking for a reason to break up with her and not deal
my
with
dude
her. But
saying
now
she ain't
is
backing down.
I grabbed the phone because it went off.
I wasn't looking for a reason. That was a reason that
That's what
I
he just
gave
told
her.
you.
That was the reason I gave her. I already had it in my head I was done with her. That was the reason that she gave me that I put out there. So when she asked me why am I done, that was the reason I gave her. And it was a hell of a good one.
What I'm trying to understand is how we got to the point where there's so much doubt surrounding her pregnancy when you admittedly, Mr. Richards, went to visit her, slept with her unprotected for almost an entire week, and left 2 days before the prescribed conception date, which we know makes you fall in that window. What else?
Other than me seeing that guy in the messages, there was just my relative heard from one of her relatives that she was living with the man the whole time she was pregnant with another
ain't
man.
never lived with
nobody.
Well, not lived with him, he lived with
He's
her,
saying
whatever.
hearsay. He's saying hearsay because
But-
he don't even know that to be true.
But
He just bring it up
just-
something like he did with the breast.
that's just through the grapevines, you know. Like
Are
I
you
said.
just
practiced
talking in
this.
circles, Mr. Richards,
No,
because
no.
you
At
went
the
and...
end- At the end of the day, ma'am,
Okay.
I'm saying that until
don't
I
know.
know for sure that it is mine, I can't do nothing for the baby, period.
That's your position. And so you recognize, Ms. Hall, that he
did a
has
paternity
doubt,
test and we
right?
wouldn't even be
Yeah.
here.
And quite frankly, you all were not in enough of a relationship. You didn't even have enough of an association for him to be positive. Because coming to visit somebody for 4 days, yes, it makes him a possibility, but I do understand why he would have
Exactly.
doubt until he is sure. But you say you are sure,
Yes.
without a doubt, that
Yes.
he's your child's biological father.
Yes.
It's a face. You got the straightest face, though.
It's only one way to get down the bottom of this.
Please
Joe.
do the paternity test.
Let's get it.
Yes, thank you.
It's time to get the results.
Thank you. Please do the test, because they could have been this. They ain't had to come to court for this.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as
They could have went on
follows.
Maury.
In the case of Hall versus Richards, when it comes to 1 month old
saying it like Maury,
Damani
too.
Hall, if you need paternity
I
court,
don't
call
know
us
like
at
that.
855-883-6223.
She sound like, boy, she said, in the case of blah, 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 da, 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 so-and-so, you are the father. I don't know, though. It's iffy, because they both capping about something. Something in this story ain't adding up.
Has been determined by this court.
Uh-huh,
Mr. Richards,
uh-huh.
you are the father.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are the father.
Thank you.
That's your beautiful little boy.
Oh.
How's it feel?
They ain't have to come to court.
Like being a dad all over again.
And this ain't his first kid.
How do you feel in this moment, Miss Hall? I see tears in your eyes. What are you feeling?
I'm angry because he made me like I'm just trying to frame him when I didn't want him to be my baby daddy.
You didn't?
She's saying, like, after how he talked to her, she didn't want a kid with him, but she don't have a choice after he already made.
Look, I'm gonna cut to the chase in this moment. You're not gonna use this baby as a pawn
No.
because he ain't gonna do right, not by you, but he might do right by the baby. And that's what you gotta look at right now.
I'm
But
hollering.
now we've got to be very careful in this moment. Mr. Richards, you're going to have to step up. But you're going to have to hold all your thirstiness, all of that, your thirst, you got to leave that alone now because your child is thirsty for your attention, your love,
Talk to
your
him.
protection,
Talk to him.
right? And your provision. And understand that this innocent baby deserves your best effort. Mr. Richards, don't play with that woman.
Don't.
Because you mess up her mind, you mess up your child. I tell these men out here, you messing around with these mothers, breaking their heart, taking them up and down around the block, and you smiling about it, talking about thirst. Thirst begets thirst. Right? All right, I wish you all the very best of luck. Court is adjourned.
Please. I'm glad they had a black lady. But I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It was kind of iffy. Like, old girl was straight. She had the straightest face, but I don't know if that was just her face. But my dude, she was in there. Like, she was going ham. Like, she knew for sure, like, he was the daddy. But when he started bringing up old dude, I'm like, I don't know, because why this random man bringing stuff for you and your kids if y'all ain't doing nothing? There ain't very many men that's gonna do that. That's what I'm saying. So there was a possibility. But she was telling the truth. Old dude was the baby daddy. It was the fact she said she didn't want him to be it. That's what killed me. That's what got me right there. So they said you want him to be the baby daddy. I'm weak.